Hello Aries, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your connection between you and the person that you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. We'll be pulling for all three sides of the connection, so we'll look at your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So we'll be looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section, we'll be looking at what is the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. On that note, and especially if you are a cross watcher, just know that this whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that is totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what helps and leave what doesn't. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading, booking a personal reading or coaching session with me, or on my upcoming Attract the Love That You Deserve workshop can be found in the description box below. All right, Aries. Let's jump on in. Let's see what we've got for you guys today. We're going to start with overall energy, the oracle cards first. So we're going to look at your energy toward the connection, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it with oracle cards. And then we will dive deeper into the story with tarot as we progress. But let's first start, Aries, with looking at your energy toward the person you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. All right, this is Aries' side of the connection here. Mirroring with fate and confusion. Oh my goodness, all of these cards, or most of these cards, have color in them. I think that I pulled the only 3 black and white cards in the whole deck, so it's really interesting. You and this person, I feel like when you first met, it felt as if you hadn't known them forever. Like, this fate card to me feels like you felt as if this connection was fated. But this mirroring indicates that there were a lot of complications that started to arise in the connection because of mirrored maybe insecurities or fears around love or traumas or triggers, things of that nature. And it created a lot of confusion. I mean, you literally have confusion on the bottom of the deck here. And I think it created confusion in terms of because I think that how things unfolded ended up going a lot different than it didn't go the way expected. And I think because of that, it has you going, well, why did I meet this person? Why was this connection brought into my life if things were going to end up like this? And I think that now there's a lot of trying to make sense of maybe the connection itself and how to move forward or how to handle it moving forward. Let's look at this person's energy toward you, Aries, because I do feel as if you really felt this person was, and I guess I'm kind of jumping to conclusions about this being in separation. It does feel like it. This person's energy toward you. Patience. I also kind of see this as calculated. Reciprocity, redacted. More black and white cards. I mean, this one's a little gray. I guess this one does have red in it. This one actually does have color. That's just interesting. The black and white. I'm curious what that means. Maybe we'll see as we move forward. This patience card to me is kind of giving this energy of calculated. Like, this person was very cautious and very careful in their approach to this connection. And I think because of that, with this redacted card, they held a lot back. I feel like they held back a lot of what they felt, a lot of what they wanted, and didn't really return a lot of the energy and the effort that you were putting in, which I feel for you was what was most confusing, because I think that beyond how this person was showing up, you knew that there was a deep connection here, and I feel like you felt as if this connection was very intentionally placed in your life. So I think that a lot of the frustration or the confusion was like, why won't they show up? Like, why won't they reciprocate here? And I don't know yet. I don't know what's going on here. Truth of the connection between Aries and this person. Breakups and makeups. Okay, and then trapped. So there's a cycle here. So maybe that's why I assumed there was separation, but there could be like maybe still contact. I don't know, but I feel like this connection is very in and out. And I feel like the energy that this person carries is very sporadic. But they hold back a lot. They hold back a lot of how they feel, of what they want, and that's really interesting because I feel like you can kind of see through that. But I feel like you both are a little bit trapped in a cycle here. Trapped in a makeups and breakup cycle. And I think that what you're really wanting here, Aries, is, well, to break that cycle, to get to a place of stability in your love life, which you absolutely deserve, and that is possible for you. But let's dive into this some more. Overall theme of this reading for Aries here. Karmic. I kind of saw that with the Fate card. So there is something karmic going on here between you and this person. Some sort of a karmic cycle that exists in between the connection, which I think is this breakups and makeups here. Closure. I mean, I feel like this is about closing that cycle. Is there anything else? I mean, is this just about closing a cycle? That's really straightforward. Is there anything else Aries is needing to know about this? There are other priorities. I feel like this is about not feeling chosen. Feeling like even when something feels like the right fit, and that's what's interesting here too, is I feel like it felt that way for both of you. Both of you really felt as if this was the right fit. And I feel like you showed up for that, but it feels as if this person didn't. And that created it has created a lot of resistance in this connection fully coming to fruition, like getting to a good place. So, I don't know. This is confusing. That is confusing. This person's behavior is very confusing. So, let's look here at your side of this here, Aries. Mirroring with fate. Very side of the connection toward the person they are dealing with here. This is what you want, the Fool. You want some sort of a new beginning. Whether it's, I feel like it's in this connection. I feel like that's all you're wanting here is for things to get to a good place. Right now, you're sitting in the Sun in reverse. There's this energy of not being happy, not being fulfilled in this. Three of Swords. Hurting. I feel like you're hurting. And I feel like it is really challenging and complicated because I just feel like you really see this person as your person. And like you want things to be good so bad. Aries side of this connection. Ace of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse can be this energy of ignoring how you feel. Because I feel like you've been struggling in this connection for a while, but you haven't wanted to be honest about it for a lot of reasons. I feel like the biggest reason is you don't want to lose this person. I feel like you don't want to lose this person. You don't want to lose this connection. So I feel like there's this energy of kind of like almost pushing down how you feel. Because I do feel like there are glimpses when things are good. And maybe that's the color in these cards. Like there's a little bit of color. Like there are glimpses when things are good. I do feel like that's what it is. But then a lot of the time, like you're kind of dealing with like the black and white energy a lot of the time. But yeah, there's glimpses of color. Of times when things are good. And I think because of that, you're like, well, when you have those glimpses specifically, I feel like you're like, this is what I want. Like, this is what I'm holding on to this connection for. Aries side here. The Knight of Wands. I feel like when it comes to this person, you've really poured a lot into them and into this connection and into what you feel this could be. Queen of Swords in reverse. I was pulled to take this card off the top here, and it's the Queen of Swords in reverse, and sometimes the Queen of Swords in reverse can be so like one-track mind, where it's like it has to look like this, it has to work out like this, like there's no other option. And I feel like that's kind of what this is. Like you have your sights set on wanting this connection to work, that it's almost like that's become your top priority. King of Cups, you could be dealing with a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you definitely don't have to be. I feel like this is a lot of the energy you bring. It's just like calm, emotionally, trying to be emotionally stable, emotionally intelligent. There's a lot of empathy here. Empathy and understanding and trying to see their perspective. Like I feel like you're putting in a lot of work here to find peace in this connection. Aries side of this. Yeah, you're looking at, like, I see this as, like, looking ahead to, goodness, a random sneeze. Looking ahead to the future here. Like, it's like when we get here, then things will be good. If we could just get to here, like a finish line, or like looking through a window almost. We could just get here, things will be good. I might be unhappy now. This might not be what I want things to be, but if things could just change and we could get here, like you have this idea, and I feel like that's a lot of what the Four of Wands is about. It's like having an idea of what things can be, an idea of where this can all lead. But in the process of this, trying to build to this idea, I feel like you're struggling a lot. Like I feel like you are hurting, but maybe that's why you're pushing it a lot down. You're pushing a lot of things down. Is you're like, this doesn't matter right now. I just need to get here. I just need to get here. It doesn't matter if I'm hurting. It doesn't matter. Like, we just need to get here. But there's something about how that's actually working against you. So, yeah, okay. Let's just see what's going on with this person. Their energy toward you, redacted with patience. This person's energy toward Aries. Ten of Wands. This person is carrying a lot of baggage. Baggage from their past, maybe past relationships, past maybe traumatic experiences or early childhood experiences. It's almost like, and we're all adults here. Everybody has baggage. Everybody has stuff that they've been through, that they've dealt with. The problem becomes when we haven't dealt with our stuff. So we'll kind of see what... The Ace of Wands, I feel like this is kind of validating that they do have feelings here. And you know what? And I feel like this is what I'm saying with the High Priestess too. I feel like you know this intuitively. I feel like you know this person cares about you. I feel like you know that they want this connection. Like you know that deep down. Even if they're not saying it, I feel like intuitively you know how they feel. And maybe that's one of the things you're holding on to too. Holding on to as well. This person's energy toward Aries. King of, oh, that's in reverse. Okay, King of Pentacles in reverse. It's Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I also feel as if this person... What I heard was like, they're not where they want to be in life, but what I feel like that's really referring to is they're very interested in like material endeavors, like growing their career and things like that, that I feel like it doesn't have to just be that, or like what other people think of them, or I don't know. Things that don't really matter. Like that's what I feel like the King of Pentacles in reverse is often about, is it's like putting heavy focus on things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And I feel like they're prioritizing a lot of these things too. This person's energy, okay. Nine of Pentacles, there is a desire here, and the bottom is the Ten of Cups. And they desire this Ten of Cups, and I feel like they see this with you. So, okay, let me just straight up ask. So why are they showing up the way that they are? Queen of Wands in reverse. Anger, resentment. Not toward you, though. Because of their past, because of whatever they've been carrying. This is interesting. I feel like this person has been hurt before. And like either has been hurt a lot of times over, or has been hurt before in a pretty big way. And because of this, there's this expectation that they're gonna get hurt anytime that they let somebody in. And I think that especially with this connection, because there are very real feelings here, and there is obviously like a connection that both people do feel, it's almost as if that is very threatening to this person. Like giving themselves the ability to like, or allowing themselves to give in to how they feel, to open themselves up, to let you in, to develop a connection. Like it's almost as if that's something that they desire, but are also very, very afraid of. Like they hold so much anger and resentment toward people that have hurt them in the past that they're really into like they've almost shut their heart off. in a way. And maybe that's why this King of Pentacles in reverse came out. Like, just wanted to give up on love, just focus on career. Like, I don't want to deal with this, and that's just an example. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but it's almost like they kind of gave up on allowing themselves to love and be loved, and they're really focused on things that they can control. And then I feel like you come around and the connection is very obvious and the potential is there, but it's almost something that this person has struggled to open up their heart to fully, because they already carry this expectation that you are going to hurt them or they're going to get hurt in this. Now, that doesn't mean you have done anything to make them feel that way, okay? This is them projecting their past experience onto you. They're making assumptions based on what they've been through, and we do this. As humans, we tend to project onto others what we have experienced in the past. If we don't heal the past, we will always project our past onto our current and, usually actually recreate the past. And I feel like in this connection, the reason that their behavior is so confusing to you is because you recognize that the feelings are there, but they're acting as if they don't really care. And a big part of that is them trying not to. And I think that that's why they really hold back, and that's why they're really careful, is they're so afraid of getting hurt that they're almost like pretty shut down emotionally. Like, this feels very much like emotional unavailability. And that emotional unavailability is due to a lack of healing the things that they have been through in the past. And that has this person very at war with themselves. Desire versus like what their ego is trying to do to protect them, which is keeping you in this connection at a distance, even though that very much goes against what they actually want. And maybe you know all of this. Maybe you're aware of that. And maybe you're like, yeah, if that could just change, or if we could just get to the other side of it, like if this person could just open up, stop doing the things they're doing, then things would be good. And that's the idea that you have, is if this person could change, or if things could change here. Get one more. This person's trapped. Trapped in a war with themselves. That's literally what I kind of heard when I pulled these. The Eight of Swords with the Five of Wands. Trapped in a war with themselves. And there's a lot of insecurity that I feel this person pull, or that you pull out of this person. And not intentionally, and it's not that you're doing anything wrong, okay? There's nothing you can do to change this. It's that this person carries a lot of insecurity because of things that they've been through, experiences that they've had in love, and when we've been hurt before, and if we don't properly heal that wound, we start to identify with it. Meaning that we start to believe that other people have hurt us because we're deserving of it, or because that's all that we can experience. We believe that it's something to do with us. And I feel like there's a pretty intense lack of healing in this person's past, or a pretty intense lack of healing that this person has done of their past. So they're trying to create new experiences while holding on to past projections, and that keeps them at war with themselves, because 95% of our movement, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way we interact with our reality is conscious level decision making, meaning we are very wired based on what we have been through. We are wired to act and react a certain way. And when we've been hurt before, we're very wired to protect ourselves from getting hurt. And what that might look like is pushing away any opportunity to ever get hurt again, which also means pushing away any opportunity to actually be loved, right? Healing is about closing the gap between what's going on in our conscious mind and what's going on in our subconscious. It's about learning to understand that we don't always have to protect ourselves from love. We can open ourselves up to it, and sometimes it can be good. But when we haven't experienced that before, it's hard to believe that. Now, the problem is, Aries, you're coming around and you're trying to make this person feel safe enough to experience the love that they want. Like it's almost like, I don't know if like loving them into loving themselves, or trying to be a source of healing or like a guiding light for them. And that's putting you in this position of kind of being trapped in the middle of this person's war with themselves. So like almost becoming a casualty in this person's war with themselves. So I feel like Spirit is asking you to kind of take a step back a little bit here and to look at this from a very different place, specifically one that doesn't look like you fixing, saving, or healing this person, because we can't do that for other people. We can create a safe space for people as they work on themselves, but if somebody isn't actually doing the work on themselves to heal, to grow, to evolve, to work on their wounding, like whatever the case might be, there's nothing we can do to make that happen. We can't love people into it. We can't shame people into it. We can't guilt people into it. Healing happens on our own time, and people heal when they realize that they need to, not for other people. So I feel like that's why Spirit is asking you to kind of take a step back and look at this from a different perspective, because you're pouring so much of yourself into this person to try to help them, but it's emptying you at the same time, because I think that there's just a need to look at what's in your control here, because we can't control how other people show up, right? We can't control whether or not other people heal. We can, however, control whether or not we continue to accept the level of treatment or love or, effort that they're capable of giving because of their lack of healing. Because that's the thing. I think a lot of times people tend to confuse unconditional love and unconditional empathy with unconditional tolerance. We can have a lot of love for somebody. We can have a lot of empathy for someone. We can intuitively pick up on how they feel and what they need. But it is not our job to fix them. It's not our job to close that gap between their conscious and their subconscious, because a lot of people will spend their life running from that, because it's hard to address yourself. It's hard to look at what's going on below the surface and to show up different. It's so much easier to just stay stuck in your own patterns, even if it is making things harder for you in the long run. And I think for you right now, Aries, there's a need to look at how you're stuck in this karmic cycle of trying to, and this is what I hear, trying to save somebody that doesn't want to be saved, or to try to fix somebody that isn't wanting to be fixed. And that's putting you in a really unfair position of suffering and being miserable, waiting on things to get better. And that cycle will drive you further away from the love that you deserve. So Spirit's trying to help bring this cycle to the surface to help you on your journey toward attracting the love that you deserve, because you deserve to be chosen. You deserve to be shown up for. You deserve somebody who doesn't just have feelings for you, because that's the bare minimum. You might intuitively be like, oh no, I know this person cares about me. Like, I know that they have feelings for me. But having feelings for you is bare minimum, Aries. You don't just deserve somebody who has feelings for you. You don't just deserve somebody who is attracted to you. You deserve somebody that has the capacity to show up for you in the way that you deserve to be shown up for. You deserve somebody who doesn't just love you, but actively does the work to do that well. And I think that that's where Spirit's asking you to just take a step back a little bit and shift perspective on what's happening here, because you can pour into people all day long. But if you're pouring into people who are not doing the work, then what you're doing is it's essentially just draining you. You're just draining your energy into someone. You become an energy source for somebody who refuses to do the work. And that's where we have to learn to take our power back. So we're going to dive more into this in the extended. We're going to look at the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in alignment with your higher self. You have breakups and makeups with trapped. So we'll look at tarot, and then I've got an advice card to pull at the very end. Before I hop on over to the extended, I just want to reiterate that I am hosting a How to Attract the Love That You Deserve workshop on February 20th at 6 p.m. Central Time. It is a live workshop. However, if you cannot make it live, but you still wish to be a part of the workshop, if you purchase a ticket, you will receive the replay and all of the materials the next day, as well as access to the live event. Any information for that is at the top of the description box below. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or drop me a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much, Aries, as always, for your support of me as a reader. I obviously hope that this helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today, and I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aries.